Welcome to Life on Pause, a podcast defining the experience of being a young adult with cancer.
Together we rise.
Welcome, everybody, to the Life on Pause podcast. We are here at the 4D graduation party. It's been an absolute honor to be here. My name is Emma G, and I am here with three fantastic human beings who are here in different capacities, and today we're going to learn a little bit more about them. So, from left to right, do you guys want to give yourselves a quick introduction? Who are you? What makes your heart happy? And maybe a fun fact about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Tucker Haas. I'm a four-time cancer survivor, former Four Diamonds child, and now motivational speaker. I was asked to attend this evening as a former patient and graduate from the ceremony. I think 5 years ago now, to kind of give a little bit of words of inspiration to the recent graduates from high school and college. And helping them navigate, their next steps in life.
Awesome. You did a fantastic job. It was really, really inspiring.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
My name is Javelle Green. I am currently a high school student. I was asked to attend today to basically explain my story and how I went from being a cancer survivor to a college athlete.
Which I'm so excited to hear more about because athletics was not something that I was into at high school at all, partly because of our medical traumas, so that's really inspiring. Thank you, Javelle. Carmen.
My name is Carmen Guzman, and I'm a recent graduate from Penn State University. I'm also a childhood cancer survivor and former Four Diamonds child, and I was also asked to be here to share a bit of my story.
One of the things that we're really curious about is how, medical trauma manifests differently in different people. Cancer in itself manifests differently in different people. I don't have cancer myself. I've got other health complications, but totally understand how it can impact our lives as young people. Can you tell me a little bit about how your journey through fighting cancer impacted your school education specifically?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed when I was 4, and I was in treatment for 2.5 years. So that's obviously kindergarten, first grade, those first few years of school. And I missed a lot of school. I think I spent more time at home or in the hospital than I did in school. But thankfully and graciously, my school was very understanding with my position that I was in with being sick and everything. So they allowed me to bring my homework home, do it there. My mom would then go and turn it back in and get more homework for me to do. So I was able to keep up with the rest of my classmates, which was very nice. But it still was very hard, at such a young age to do.
For sure. And do you feel that there's going to be much of an impact on how that's going to play into your college life?
I did kind of impact my college life just because I grew up going to Bonn and being a Four Diamonds child. So going to Penn State was always my dream,
right,
growing up. And it really inspired me to be heavily involved in that organization. I even danced this past year, my senior year. So it was a really big full circle moment for me to be able to.
That's awesome. Thank you. Javelle, tell me a bit about you, sir.
So I was also diagnosed at the age of 4. I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL.
What is that?
It's a blood cancer. It's it basically kills your blood cells, your red blood cells.
Okay.
So unfortunately for me, my school wasn't as understanding. I was currently in kindergarten, I believe, and I was always in and out the hospital with treatments. I think I was in the hospital the one time for 4 months. So they did hold me back for that just because they wanted to make sure I was on the right skill path. Luckily for me, at 6th grade, I took a test and was able to get back into my right grade. So I'm graduating at the same class I would be regardless. As far as school, it was a struggle at first because of me going back and forth, always having to leave with doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But after a while, it just became normal. I was able to keep up with everything. It became my normal life.
We adjust, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the beautiful things about, we often, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong if this isn't your experience, but I think a lot of people often look at kids as resilient. And I think that's one of our superpowers is that, no matter what life takes us or what life throws at us, sorry, we have to kind of adjust. Otherwise, what other options do we have? And I think that gets more difficult when we get older, right?
Yeah.
But you, Tucker, you've taken it to, you've taken those lemons and made lemon cake and lemonade and lemon everything else. So can you tell me a little bit about how school was for you and how that's kind of fit into who you are at the moment and what you're doing, as still a young man?
Yeah, of course. So I was diagnosed at a little bit younger of an age. I was 2 years old. At first, they weren't really sure what type of cancer I had. It was treated as an undifferentiated sarcoma. I traveled to 6 different hospitals all around the country, and each hospital told me I had something different. It was then treated as rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a soft tissue tumor, and it was found to the right side of my face. Battled cancer on and off for about 5 years, and then was put into remission in 2007 for the final time, and have been cancer-free ever since, which is, a huge blessing in my life, as well as, my family. And then kind of just grew up, with a lot of the radiation to the side of my face. I had 77 radiation treatments. Doctors and nurses never really thought I would, get through high school. College wasn't even in the picture at that time. When I was, I think, middle school age, I took a neuropsych test where they basically measure all the, elements of how my brain could function, to see if that was even a thought to go to high school and to,
Mm.
Eventually go to college. Passed it with flying colors. The doctor that did the test was, absolutely amazed by, how, the effect of cancer didn't, really set me back. School was definitely a difficult time, from just the classes to, the other people that you have to encounter in your journeys at that age of being so young in middle school and high school. Not many people really understand what you have went through,
Mm.
or what you're continuing to go through. For me, a lot of the adversity that I faced was, not directly due to the treatment that I received, but more to how I was accepted by, people around me, especially my peers that, like I
Mm.
said, didn't really understand what I was going through. High school and participated in Minithon, which is a shortened version of the 4 to 6 hour dance marathon at Penn State. Then got to Penn State, like she said, got to live out my dream and attend Penn State. Eventually got to dance in Thon. It was my 20th Thon and led my organization in being the number one fundraising org in Thon. Graduated from Penn State in May of 2023, so last year, and then have been really eager to kind of fill the void of not, fully being able to participate in Thon, with
Mhm.
it being, completely student run. So with that, I started my own foundation that is targeted towards helping cancer survivors navigate life after treatment. So we want to continue to support that organizations like the Four Diamonds give to active patients,
Mhm.
by continuing that support through, the rest of their lives. As I'm sure we all know, the effects of cancer last forever. Started doing some motivational speaking, which has led me to being here this evening, and really just kind of getting started on this whole journey, and just kind of grateful to have the story that I have, and to be here tonight.
Awesome. Thank you. One last bonus question I want to ask you, Carmen. With To follow on from what Tucker was saying about, reflecting on our childhood experiences and then kind of making that lemonade and lemon cake. If you were to look back at your younger self, your 4-year-old self when you were first being diagnosed through, elementary school, middle school, high school, what words of wisdom would you give yourself?
I would tell her that everything's gonna be okay. Like, you don't know what's going on, but keep being yourself, keep being your spunky little self, because you will get through it, and your attitude will help you get through it,
Awesome.
as well as just everyone around you, your family, friends.
Great. Thank you so much. And Javelle, one last bonus question for you, sir. If you were to predict yourself 20 years in the future, where are you going to be?
Hopefully, I'm in the NFL. That's kind of been my dream ever since I found out like I could make it a dream. Wasn't necessarily able to play football at a younger age due to my leukemia because I had a medical port inside my chest. It was a metal plate that connected to my heart. So I couldn't play really as much contact sports. I played basketball growing up. That was my dream career for a while. And then I fell in love with football. I grew up kind of watching football with my dad, with my uncle. So I wanted to always play football. I just couldn't at the time. So I got the chance finally. I got cleared for football. And ever since then, that's just been my hustle. It's football.
Love it. Love it. It's been an absolute honor to hang out with you guys tonight and be able to speak with you guys. As you heard, one of the songs that I sang tonight was a song that I wrote called I Am, because I believe that, especially when we've gone through adversity, that it's really important that our own self-messaging is something that serves us positively. It's really easy to fall into that victim mindset, right? So this is actually my final question. If you were to use the words I am, what would be the word that would chase that for you, Carmen?
I am strong.
Awesome. Javelle?
I am enough.
Ooh, okay. Tucker, take it home.
I am courageous.
Love that. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
I am a fighter, survivor, I made it through the darkest weather, lover, forgiver, strong enough to make me better. I'm a testament to my truth, and I'm enough to make it through. I am a...
Thanks for listening to Life on Pause.
Ideas or suggestions for future episodes? Feel free to share them with us.
Join us for the next recording on the third Tuesday of the month.
Until next time.